Yo, turn me up, yo. Okay. The world is what we make it when we visualize. It's in your eyes. Realize. Stay alert. See your inbox and don't blink. Don't blink. Check it out. Yo, go Phinc. Go.
If there's anything you think young entrepreneurs should learn, what would it be?
I think it would be learn how to learn. Yes. And I want to explain why, right? I think the process of learning in itself is such an amazing one. And so acquiring information, acquiring all that you need to process information is such a beautiful concept, such a beautiful thing. However, in the end, I think it all just boils down to what you want to get out of this, or the person you want to become after the learning process it has ended. Yes. And if, for example, I'm person A and I want to become person B, and I know that I need to learn how to become person B, if I know how I need to learn, so if I learn how I need to learn to become person B before beginning, right, I would make the most of the learning process. Yes. A couple of months ago, I started out a CrossFit type training. And the first thing for me was to first ask the trainer, after a few weeks or after a few months, you know, after 3 months of doing this, what type of person am I guaranteed to become? Right? And he painted a picture of a 3 months, 6 months me. After 3 months, consistency, this is the type of person you will become. After 6 months, consistency, this is the type of person you will become. However, it is dependent not just only on consistency, on certain types of routines and certain type of things that I needed to know how to do first before even trying to do them to become the person I was supposed to become. Right? Meaning that I needed to learn how I was going to learn to become. Because it's all about the technique, right? You have muscles in your brain, so when it comes to learning, you know, there are muscles in your brain, there are things that you need to exercise to help you think in a particular way, to help you become a particular type of person. So there are certain things you need to do in order to make sure that you're exercising your brain or your mind the right way. You are thinking the right way. You need to first know how to think about those things or how to go through those things first. Learn about the techniques behind them before proceeding. Another thing is that so pretty much what I'm saying is learn about what you're going to learn first. Yes. It's all in the basics, right? And if people know how to do that, then they will make the most of every learning opportunity. So if you work somewhere and you are asked to go for a training course, so yes, the training course is supposed to end up in you being a certain type of person for the job. But how do you need to position your mind to learn and get the most out of the training course? That is what we're talking about here, right? So you need to learn how you're going to absorb, how you're going to practice, how you're going to repeat, how you're going to do what you need to know during the training, right? To get the most out of the training. That is what learning to learn is about. And I think that's what more people should learn how to do versus just jumping into learning.
Okay, would you have any other practical steps that people might be able to take to?
Yes, definitely. I think one of the first few ones is, like I did, number one, always ask your trainer, who am I going to become at the end of this? Always ask your trainer, always ask your teacher, always ask whoever it is that is guiding you, right? Who am I supposed to be at the end of this? And even if they're online tutorials, right? Have a future picture of yourself. That's pretty much it. Have a future picture of yourself. Say, this is the kind of person I'm going to become first. Next is know the basics to everything that you're going to be doing in the process of becoming that person, right? So if I'm going to become an excellent digital marketer, one of the things that I will be trained on is about platforms. So the first thing is I need to learn, the basics first about platforms before even knowing how to manipulate them in the first place, right? So always learn, about what you're going to learn, right? So that's learning about what you're going to learn. The next thing would be to always know that once you're in a training process, it affects the entirety of your life. So every time you go through a set of trainings, it isn't just for that specific topic. It always has a way it affects every area of your life. So always know that. So just be open to see how things that you have learned in other areas will affect what you're learning now, and the way things that you're learning now will affect other things. And I think the last thing that I do is to always say that there are never 100% off days, right? My off days are only days where I begin to actually process how these things, where my muscles really build, and I begin to process how the things that I have learned in that frame will apply and help me, right? I think with these things, anyone would, in applying all of these things, or knowing that you should apply any of these things, you would have learned how to learn, and you would make the most of a learning process.